Richician!
Hey YouTube, Richician84 here with Emma in the background, and welcome to Q&A number 100!
Yes!
Woo! I won't be louder.
It's a celebration that has to be done.
Yeah, so as you can see, we have Prosecco, since we are celebrating the 100th episode. Oh yeah, and our 1 year and 9 month anniversary.
Yeah. Wait till 2 years. Oh,
Yeah.
awful.
No, you do not. Yeah, that's
Long
a thought.
shifts.
Yeah, that's a thought. In 3 months' time, it'll be our 2 year anniversary, and I've never had a 2 year anniversary before. It's kind of great.
You had all the wrong ones.
Yeah. And of course, in a month.
I love you.
I love you too. And yes, in a month's time as well, the proper celebrations for 20 years since I got into the game will commence.
What the game you?
I swear to
You
God.
didn't say it because I love you. You
Yeah.
set me up.
Yeah, next month, Ultimate Championship will start being uploaded, as well as the current format Endurance. Anyway, let's actually get these questions underway. There's a lot. And yeah, thanks for watching and enjoying this segment for the last 2 years. It's pretty much near enough round about the point where I started this reboot series 2 years ago. I wonder if episode 200 will come in 2 years' time. Anyway, let's actually get on with the questions, since that's why you guys are here. The first 10 questions are from Express Gaming. A couple of these involve you, actually. 1. Would you rather take Emma to Egypt and risk the heat wave on dehydrating you both, or spend one night at the North Pole and watch a beautiful, colourful green lights in the night sky? That would be the Northern Lights. That's a tough one, because I do like hot sunny weather, but I don't like it too hot, whereas I don't like it when it's really cold.
Wait, what was the question?
The question was, would you rather take Emma to Egypt and risk the heat wave, or spend a night at the North Pole and watch the Northern Lights?
North Pole.
North Pole?
Huh? What's the Northern Lights?
Yeah, I think I'd probably go with that too. Even though I'm not keen on cold weather, at least we'd be wrapped up warm, whereas if I'm out in the sun, I'd rather be next to a body of water.
Not just that as well. You can wrap up to keep warm in the summer. You might sweat in your own skin and don't want any clothes on.
Exactly. 2. Would you rather take Emma to Tokyo or Hong Kong? I think maybe Tokyo, purely because visiting Japan sounds interesting, and they might have some cool shops and stuff in Tokyo. Well, I say might, I mean I'm sure they do. Even stuff that sells some Yu-Gi-Oh stuff. Don't really want to go to the countryside though, because of the massive hornets. Oh yeah, and there is also some beautiful scenery there. That being said, even near Mount Fuji, I feel like those views are something you'd like.
Yes, I would.
3. Would you rather poke her or poke yourself? I'm going to use a visual aid to answer that question. Poke her.
You've lost.
4. Would you rather be trapped on an island with just all naked girls or monkeys? I'm going to say monkeys. Well, assuming I'd be alone on this island, if they were naked girls, I don't really want to deal with them. I mean, it would just make me miss Emma a lot.
Yeah, but you need to reproduce.
Yeah, but you're the only girl for me.
Aww, he's so sweet. Me and you.
Yeah.
Really sweet.
5. Would you rather be poor or rich? Rich, obviously. Who wouldn't want to be?
Who's asking these questions?
Kind of is.
Yeah.
6. Would you rather be a cat or dog when you pass away? I think a cat, purely because it's my favourite animal, and, well, cats are cute, love cats, and, well, they have very easy lives, and, it would be nice to be a cat, even if they only live for 15 years, or a bit more. 7. Would you rather lick a duck or a bug? I think I'd rather lick a duck, because bugs are disgusting creatures.
Stinky sometimes.
Exactly. 8. Would you rather get 1p every fart you do, or get £1 for kissing Emma? Oh, that's easy. £1 for kissing Emma, any day.
Aww.
9. Would you rather fart long and hard every 2 minutes for the rest of your life, or only eat bean-boozled beans for the rest of your life? I don't think I'd be able to manage to live eating only bean-boozled beans, because there's so many other delicious foods that I'd be missing out on.
You should allow questions like this. You should allow questions like this in every Q&A episode. Like, maybe 2 or 3 as a limit.
Maybe.
For fun.
I don't know. Yeah, I think I'd rather fart long and hard every 2 minutes. Maybe. Hopefully they won't be too smelly. And 10. Would you rather eat spiders in fried batter every day, or squeeze your hot dogs every day? I'm assuming you mean eat hot dogs every day, whereas you're making a reference to squeeze my wiener. But yeah, I'm going to say hot dogs, definitely, because I'll be damned if I have to eat spiders. Already did that once, or at least a leg, and I don't want to do that again.
What? You ate a leg of a spider?
Yeah, it was part of an extreme challenge that me, Christian and Carlton did ages ago.
What spider was it?
I think it was a little tarantula. It was in a can, so it was one of those ones that you can eat, but no one would really want to, because, well, it's a large spider.
I didn't know you could eat them.
Yeah, apparently. Yeah, next 3 questions are from Matt and Alison Welch, who have also jumped on the Would You Rather bandwagon. 1. Would you rather be like Meiko Tsunami and live and spend every day of your life on the sea, or be like Tanya in GX and spend every day of your life in the jungle? I think I'd rather spend my life at sea, because, well, there can be wildlife in the jungle that might, what are the words I'm looking for? Just get you, you know. Yeah, like snakes, lions, tigers, even very exotic insects. Don't want to deal with that. Whereas at sea, yeah, there are things about the ocean that can be scary. But as long as I'm in a boat, I don't think it really matters, provided the boat stays afloat.
Big.
Ooh, that rhymes. Plus, I love swimming in the sea. 2. How do you think you would live your life if you were born and raised in ancient Egypt? That's a very good question. I mean, it depends whether I'd be in a royal family or just a civilian. If I was like an Egyptian prince, I'd just have it really easy and just really enjoy life and enjoy the privileges of or being part of a royal Egyptian family. Whereas if I was a civilian, I could probably see myself doing some outside work, as I have done for over a decade now, just doing what I can to make money and provide for my family. That's all I can think of, really. And 3, what's the funniest video you have seen on YouTube? This was a tough one to think of, because I've seen many funny videos, but I feel like one that sticks out is Markiplier's 5th Whisper Challenge episode, where he did it with Ethan and Tyler. I love going back to watch that video again and again, and I just cracked up the first time I saw it. Like, mainly when Mark was having trouble reading Tyler's lips. So this is a spoiler for anyone who hasn't seen that or probably doesn't remember it, but he was having trouble reading Tyler's lips and kept thinking he was saying penis. Like at one bit in particular, Tyler said, "Let's make some gingerbread men," and Mark thought he said, "Lesbians have a machine-powered penis machine." But Tyler's laugh, though, and then Ethan's laugh, that was funny as well. And he thought Mark said, "Lesbians have pussy-powered penis poppers." It doesn't make sense, I know, but it just cracks me up every single time. I would love to do that challenge at some point. I'm trying to think who I can do this with or how we do it. But I remember, like, Emma mentioning you were keen on trying that at some point. Yeah, the Whisper Challenge.
Oh yeah, we should.
Yeah. I think we'd need more than 2 people to do it, though, maybe. Well, I think it can be done with 2 people, not sure. Okay, just checking the time. I can't see it on the screen. Next questions are from Weber's 5. Excuse me. 1. Have you seen the GX abridged episode Age of Chaz, where there are a few times I've laughed so hard I was brought to tears, but this was one of them? No, I actually haven't seen the Yuko GX abridged series. I don't know why, I just didn't think to watch that. All I've seen is Yukio, the abridged series done by Little Karibo. But one thing I do know about it is that Jaden is a rapper. It's kind of interesting. 2. Have you ever tried the Pokemon TCG game? If not, would you? No, I haven't, because Pokemon's never been something that interested me. Same with other TCG games. I'm not saying I hate them, I just don't care for them. Although it is quite annoying when some of the Digimon players at uni would try and get me to join in, even though I've already said no multiple times. which of course is a pet peeve of mine. Someone asking me to do something when I've said no multiple times already. Yeah, no, I don't think I would. I'd rather just stick with Yu-Gi-Oh! 3. If Team Sorceress formed a band, who do you think would play what instrument or sing? That's a good question. I mean, I'd like to think that I'd play the guitar. I did try and learn to play it some point in 2004, but never carried on trying to learn for some reason.
I could teach you, who cares?
Could it?
Yeah, you've got guitar time, so that's really good. I'm thinking about it as well.
I guess I could. I think I remember thinking that I wanted to try it at the time because it has been said that women like men who play the guitar. I think that was the main reason I wanted to do it. So yeah, I'd probably go on that. I feel like Christian Gamer Central would probably sing, whether it's in his own voice or in one of his funny voices, like the Yoda one. Problem is, if he sung in the Yoda voice, I wouldn't be able to concentrate, because his Yoda voice always sets me off laughing. Who'd be on the drums, though? I guess you could probably be on the drums. Express Gaming, I don't know, it depends what would be easier for him. I guess he'd be on drums as well. And as for Brandon, Starlight William Magician, that's a good question. I think guitar as well, or another singer. I guess I could try singing as well, but I'd probably be too shy to do it. Then again, I'm quite happy to sing alone, or sing a few choruses of songs. This one here.
Well, I prefer singing on my own,
Yeah.
as you know.
4. Where did you get the Dark Magician hoodie? If it was a gift, where did the person who gave it to you get it? Express Gaming actually gave me that for my birthday, and I believe he got it off Amazon. Yeah, because there was that, a Kaiba hoodie and a Jaden hoodie. He got himself the Kaiba one. I'd love to get the Jaden one. So I'll probably ask someone to get me that for Christmas. 5. If you could try an alternative dual star from the anime Turbo Action Rush, which would you want to try? I know Rush is technically an official thing in the OCG, but we don't have it. I would still like to try Rush duels. I mean, Action could be interesting though. Just running around trying to find and pick up action cards, but like I said, I would like to give Rush dueling a go, definitely. It's definitely a very fun way to play. Whoever goes first getting to actually draw a card, like it was before Pendulum era, and then in the draw phase drawing until you have 5 cards. I love the sound of that. It would kind of make it pointless though to play Pot of Greed and Graceful Charity, which for those who don't know are both actually legal in Rush duels. They are legend spells though. I don't think I would play either of them really. But yeah, I'm going to say Rush duels, with Action being a close second. Oh, 6A, Deck Build Challenge, Dark Richician All-Star. Build a deck using one card from every different deck you've ever built. I know you have assorted Dark Magician decks from over the years, so just pick one of that deck type. Do you accept this challenge? Ooh, that could be a very fun challenge, actually. So what is it again? Build a deck using one card from every different deck you've ever built. Yeah, that does sound like a very fun challenge to do. Wouldn't be easy though, because the thing is, over the years, I've played like over 100 decks. In fact, in the Ultimate Championship, there'll be a grand total of 128 decks being played, and I'm pretty sure I've played a lot more than that over the years. And of course, this does have a slight issue with the maximum deck limit being 60, so I'd have to pick and choose 60 of all of those that I've played over the years. But I will attempt to do this challenge, definitely. 6B, extra challenge, make it... Oh my god. Well, yeah, I'll give it a go and see what I can do. Despite the fact that I said I wasn't going to build or rebuild any more decks, but I'd be willing to give this a go, if I can. Next questions are from Wyvern Watch. Happy 100, thank you. I imagine you're regretting lifting the no would you rather questions now. Well, not really. I mean, there have been some fun ones that have been questioned. I guess I could lift it permanently, but we'll see. Oh yeah, this first one is something I keep forgetting about. 1. Did you manage to speak to Emma to see if she'd be interested in an online tournament? Because yeah, for those who don't know, Wyvern Watch does want to have a fun little tournament where it's me, him, Express Gaming and Gamer Central. I think the other day he wondered if Emma would be interested in that.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know what it is, but...
It's just simply games online. Like, I don't know if we're going to use 10 decks each or 4 decks each. That number wouldn't be a problem for you because you've played everything except Karibo at the moment.
Really? What, is it all computerised?
It could be done either through like a Skype call, Messenger call, or Edo Pro, but I know you don't have Edo Pro, of course. Yeah, I know Express Gaming and Gamer Central also don't have Edo Pro because they don't know how to get it. So it looks like we might be doing it through a call. It depends how we organise it, really. 2. If you were to pick 4 of my decks from the ones you know about to take part in said tournament, which would you go for? I'd have to go back and look at your list, which I did do earlier. I wish I did this before I started recording. Let's see, what were your choices? Wait, oh no, that's the one-on-one chat. I need the group chat. Where is it? Oh yeah, here we are. Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't list Dark Magician. So yeah, I would say Blue Eyes White Dragon, Blackluster Soldier, definitely. I'm not sure about Gusto. I mean, on one hand it would make sense because it's one of your more well-known decks, but at the same time I know it plays the Wind Witches, which can make an indestructible crystal wing, which wasn't fun to deal with when I had that done to me in one of the raid boss games. Yeah, that really put me in a spot, and I just couldn't do shit. So I'm not sure about that one. I think Yang Zings would be cool to throw in. Haven't seen those in action for a while. So yeah, that would be a third deck. You know what? I'd pick Gusto. Just because, like I said, it's one of your more well-known decks.
Sorry.
It's okay.
I'm trying to stretch my leg.
Oh yeah, and I'm probably not helping.
Oh, you're alright. I need to face the other way.
Yeah, those would be what I'd pick. Either way, please, I'm begging you, don't use Invokes Dogmatica, because I don't want my stuff negated by Mechaba or my stuff milled by, what is it Maximus that mills extra deck monsters? I can't remember. Because yeah, losing cards from the extra deck is annoying, and Mechaba's an auto win button. Like, if that card comes out, I can't do shit. Although maybe my hero decks would have a chance of getting rid of it because of Super Poly, as long as I've still got the Shining in the extra deck still. 3. I'm currently working on an Armed Dragon Thunder deck list. Nice. Which will include Armed Neos and 3 Neos fusions. What other fusion monsters would you recommend for the extra deck? It depends if you're going to play any other heroes besides Neos. And it also depends if you're going to run Super Poly and Miracle Fusion. But I would definitely say Absolute Zero, Great Tornado, because obviously all the Armed Dragon Thunders are wins. Actually, the Shining as well, because Miracle Fusion can make it so you turn 2 Neoses into the Shining, and obviously if he bites the dust you can add them back. Don't know what else you could play really. Maybe that fusion that requires 2 monsters of the same type and attributes. I can't remember the name of it, but it did come out in Power of the Elements. Like, you guys must know what fusion I'm talking about, right? It's a really strong fusion, and it lets you draw if it's destroyed. I really can't think of the name, but yeah, I definitely recommend that. And maybe Starving Venom, Dracus Tapelia, and Trip.
I'm tired. Sorry.
It's okay. Could just stroke your hair for the rest of the video, most probably. I mean, I don't know if you've got to play any darks, but if you're facing an opposing dark deck, then those 3 fusions I would highly recommend. 29 minutes. Next question is from AFK Man UK, aka Shaggy. With the release of the old school card retrains in Duelist Nexus and the possibility of a new Yu-Gi-Oh movie or even series around the corner, what are your thoughts on the new cards and the new illusion archetype? Dark Magician, Nightmare Magician, Also, technically, the illusions are not technically an archetype, it is a new monster type. Well, regarding a movie or series, this is the first I've heard of it. Sounds good though. If there's a new movie, I'm still hoping it will involve all of the protagonists from the first 6 animes. Not sure about anyone from Sevens though, but I would like to see Yugi, Jaden and Yusei meet again and have Yuma, Yuya and Playmaker thrown into the mix somehow, definitely. Or if not that, then at least another original series spin-off, or even better, a GX spin-off, or a 5D spin-off, that's good too. Yeah, something like that would be good. Don't know about a new series though, although, like I said before, if there is a new series, I really hope it doesn't introduce a new summoning mechanic. Like, we've got enough of those as it is, and it just felt like the more summoning mechanics that get added, the more there is to learn, and the more overwhelming it is for new players or returning players to get into the game and learn the game. And as for Nightmare Magician, it is a cool and scary card, definitely. Don't know how you'd get it onto the field very easily, but yeah, it's really cool. Dangerous to do battle with, because yeah, who needs number 11 Big Eye?
I do. I don't even know who he is. Oh,
what, number 11 Big Eye?
Yeah, I know who he is.
Oh, it's a generic rank 7 monster that lets you attach a material to take control of an opponent's monster permanently, but it can't attack in the same turn. I play it in a few of my decks, including Dark Magician. I've even got it in my Red Eyes Black Dragon deck, and my normal Pendulum deck actually. I'm trying to think if I play it in anything else. I know I did play it in my generic machines, but that's not built right now. And as for the card popping effect when it battles, well, it really takes me back to when people feared Elemental Hero Absolute Zero, kind of. Like, because with that on the field, it makes it so that you can't really attack without having a card get destroyed. So you just got to think of another way to try and get around it. Sort of similar to try and tackle Magician Girls in a way. Should be interesting. Going up against it and trying to play around it would be a fun challenge. And the last 41 questions, yes, 41, are from Gungner.
You got 41?
Yeah. If it's all the same, I'm not going to answer all of them, because there's a couple I don't really want to answer. But yeah, but thank you for the congratulations. My friend, I congratulate you for the 100th Q&A on your channel. Let's make another 100 Q&A for the next 2 years. Yes, we shall. 1. How many congratulations did you get for your 100th Q&A? I think 2 or 3. I didn't actually count. 2. How was the meeting with Matt and Alison? It was really good, actually. I'd been thinking about trying to find a way to properly talk with them for some time, because yeah, they're big fans of the channel who've been following me since 2011 apparently. I thought it was a bit shorter than that, because I only remember their comments starting to come up in like 2016. Yeah, it goes to show even my memory's not perfect. Anyway, back to the question though. Yeah, it was great. was kind of nervous, not gonna lie, because like I said in an earlier Q&A episode, I can be socially awkward, regarding either meeting people online or just meeting new people, like in general, just in person. Yeah, it was all good. I was very chilled, very excited to finally interact with them. They even said it was an honour to properly meet me, and I said the same in return. And of course it was fun dueling them as well, in the past format Endurance. 3. With all the train strikes, wouldn't it be better to travel with the bicycle or get a car? I know that cars are expensive, but the situation really gets out of hand. I knew someone would ask me about getting a car, regarding the topic of these damn train strikes. Well, what it would make sense. The thing is, it's not that simple, because there's a lot of issues regarding getting a car. For one thing, I'm too scared to get behind the wheel, because I did have driving lessons before, many years back. So yeah, I did try to learn, but unfortunately it didn't work out, because I kept making loads of mistakes, and there were too many situations which put me under a lot of stress, and I didn't feel I handled it really well. And because of that, it really broke my confidence, and since then I've been too scared to get behind the wheel. It may sound like an irrational fear, but it's still a fear nonetheless. But even if I did want to learn to drive again, there's still some problems with that. One of which you mentioned, cars are expensive. And not only that, driving lessons are also expensive. And it could take absolutely ages to just learn everything again and get the hang of it. And then of course there's passing the theory and the physical driving test. I mean, I assume you do have to pay for those. So yeah, they are expensive, and of course at the moment I'm trying to save up for our wedding and a place of our own, but it's not that easy, because I'm not earning as much money from my work as I used to, and I'm just having a hard time trying to save up for everything. And it's just annoying that other things cost so much money. But yeah, even if driving would save, would solve the problem of getting to work, or going over to game night or Express Gaming's place, it doesn't really solve the problem of coming to this place, because it takes about 2 or 3 hours to get here by car, and obviously that would involve travelling along a motorway, which is very daunting. Of course I imagine it would be for new drivers. So yeah, it would take a while, and I don't know whether or not I need to stop at a service station or anything to take a break. Regarding a bike though, I actually did used to ride a bike to work, because round about that time I would start work at 8:30, but when it got changed from 8:30 to 9 o'clock, there didn't seem to be any point anymore in taking the train. Although I'd only ever do that on Sundays, because Sunday morning trains are just very awkward. So yeah, it is a really tough one, and I'm just on the fence about how to get around it. So yeah, while I do agree that having a car would make things a lot easier, at the same time, I'm just too afraid to get behind the wheel. What would be preferable is if the train companies and the government actually did something about it and stopped the union having all these strikes. I don't even care what it takes, just fucking do something to make these strikes stop. Then again, of course, the ultimate goal eventually is to move somewhere around here and have a different job, and then make a vow to never travel by train again if I can help it. We're all sick of this train bullshit. 4. What cards do you want from Duelist Nexus? Oh, that's easy. The new Synchron cards and Crimson Dragon cards, because I would like to get those for my Stardust Junk deck. It's really annoying though that Revolution Synchron is the most expensive card in the set, which is annoying because everyone's after it, because it's apparently another version of Glow Up Bulb, and I need like 1 or 2 copies for my Stardust Junk deck. But then again, I don't even know if I'll get any of these, considering I might not keep Stardust Junk forever. Another thing I would like is the new Red Eyes card, which I didn't even know was in the set. So I would like to get that for my Red Eyes Black Dragon deck, but I don't know how many copies I want. I would also like to get the new Pearly cards in there as well. I only know of 2 cards in there, the Trap and the Rank 2 Exceeds. I don't know if there's any other Pearly cards in the set, but I do need to get that for this one's Pearly deck.
I definitely want to play Pearly.
Yeah. Shame that Pearly itself is ridiculously expensive.
And I haven't got any copies of them, have I?
No. I have one, which is in my cat card collection. Just wondering, maybe I should just give you that one to get you started and then pick up another one later.
Maybe when the deck's almost built, maybe.
Yeah, we'll see. What else did I want from the set? I guess some might think I'd want the Chimera cards, but I don't really plan on building those, at least not in real life anyway. I think that's all I want from the set. 5. What do you think about the illusion archetype in general? Again, it's not technically an archetype, but anyway, to answer the question, I do like the look of the illusion cards we've got so far, including Nightmare Magician, like I said earlier. It's always exciting when a new monster type comes into the game. I don't know if generic illusions will be a thing, like generic Cyberse. We've only got a few cards so far, some of which only work with the Chimera cards, but it'll be cool to see what we get next. 6 is Nightmare Magician the new Dark Magician? I guess it might as well be, considering Dark Magician has no effect, whereas, as I said earlier, Nightmare Magician has good, scary effects. I'd love to see the card in action, though. 7. Do you believe the new protagonist will use illusion monsters as his ace monsters? I'm assuming you're referring to the possible new series that was mentioned earlier. I guess the new protagonist probably would. I mean, he'd probably use the Chimera cards and make it a throwback to Yugi playing Gazelle, Baphomet and Chimera the Flying Mythical Beast. That would be cool. 8. Will we get an illusion version of Dark Magician Girl? I reckon we probably could. It is a possibility. If Nightmare Magician does become an ace monster of the new series, then I can definitely see an Illusion Magician Girl being a thing. Would that even work with the Magician Girls themselves? I guess it could. We shall see in the future. 9. Did you see the chibi artwork versions of Buster Blader, Dark Magician and Dark Paladin? Dark Magician, I think I did. The other two, I don't think... Or did I? Did I see Buster Blader? I don't know. I haven't seen Dark Paladin, though. I would love to see those artworks. 10. If there is a card you could bring back from formats ages ago, what would you bring back? A card that was powerful in old formats but not anymore in today's game, or maybe it is even banned/errated. Well, as I said in my banned card collection update video, there's actually nothing I want to see come off the ban list. As for the other question, I can't really think of anything. Although the closest thing I can think of is Judgment of Anubis. It's something I kind of do want to try out again, considering Harpy's Feather Duster is back in the game. Well, we have 3 copies of MST and Twin Twisters, or at least they could be played at 3 if the card holder wanted. But yeah, Judgment of Anubis could be an interesting way to counter Harpy's Feather Duster, that's for sure. So yeah, that's what I'm going with. 11. I heard in Great Britain there is a lot of rain the entire year. Is it true? I don't know about the entire year, but there's been way too much of it lately, like over the course of July, which is really annoying me. Even rained most of the time when we were on holiday. It's just been way too much of it. And of course that annoys me because I absolutely hate rain with a passion, especially when I have to work outside in it. I just get wet, miserable, have my morale lowered. That being said, though, I know you like kissing in the rain.
It's I think.
Oh, and he's flying.
Yeah, I'm about to glide so I can launch it, so I can
Or falling
get to a
stop.
different part of the map.
Yeah, there's just been too much rain lately, and it's just making everyone miserable and fed up. Like, where's the sun? This is supposed to be summer. The idea of summer is that it's supposed to be sunny. So where's the sun? I mean, obviously I wouldn't want it to be too hot to the point where it's a heat wave, but still, if I wanted wet, horrible weather, I'd wait till autumn. there's been way too much rain lately. Like, I swear this is the wettest summer since 2017. Right, then there's the two that I prefer to skip. Because I don't really want to answer those, at least not on here anyway, so I'll skip to question 14. This one will make you chuckle. Why do you always fart like a machine gun?
Yeah, what I do.
I don't know. I mean, it's just the way I am, and I can't help let one off. It's a natural bodily function. Although one time where I used that excuse, I think it was Neo Nexus who said that, but I was told there's nothing natural about your farts. I mean, what can I say? I can't help it. Why do I do it? I don't know. Like, there's only so long I can restrain it before I have to let one out. I know there's a time and a place, but still, farts are funny. I mean, I just feel sorry for anyone who doesn't laugh at farts. But it's nice that they make you laugh, and yours make me laugh.
You're funny when you laugh.
Yeah.
I'm getting a big fat guy chasing me.
I thought you were going to say
Him.
getting a big fat fart.
He was chasing me. I can kill him.
Go get him, Tiger.
He's dead now.
He's dead, Jim. 15. Arnold Schwarzenegger turned 77 yesterday. Wait, I thought he was turning 76. I swear he was born in 1947. Well, regardless, what was your first movie you saw him in? Oh, that's easy. The first movie I ever saw Arnie in was the very first Terminator movie. Yeah, that became one of my favourite movie franchises ever. Even though there's lots of differences of opinion regarding the third, fourth, fifth and sixth one, obviously the first two are still the best ones ever, with Terminator 2 being my favourite, although Terminator 3 is up there as well, but Terminator 2 is the best. Have you ever seen any of them, by the way?
Seen what?
Any Terminator films?
I think so, but I don't remember them.
Maybe I should show you them, or at least the first two. I don't know how you'd feel about the third, fourth, fifth and sixth one.
The first one, the best one.
I guess it is. A lot of people would go for the first one or the second one, whereas a lot of fan base don't think much of the other ones after that, especially not Genesis and Dark Fate. The criticism regarding those. 16. Did you know that part of his family was from Germany and Switzerland? I did not know that, no. I did know that Arnie came from Austria, but I didn't know he had a German and Swiss background. 17. Did you meet some actors in real life? Well, like, full-on actors, no I didn't. Regarding voice actors I did, because like I've mentioned many times, I did meet Dan Green and Eric Stewart at London MCM in 2017, which like I said was by far the best day ever of 2017. Just meeting the voices of Yugi and Kaiba themselves. I want to find a picture of where I'm with them. And I'll go through the questions as well. 18. Why do you like to play the 2007 format decks? Is there something special in that age? This question was already asked ages ago. I'll answer it in a second, but oh, there we are. That's the photo of me with Dan Green and Eric Stewart. The quality's probably not great on my iPad screen, but yeah, that was just so awesome. I didn't feel worthy of being in their presence. There was, I mean, it would have been cool if I did get Dan Green to say in the Yugi voice, "I summoned the Dark Richician," and film that, but unfortunately we weren't allowed to film them. It was fair enough. Anyway, so yeah, 2007 format. Well, more specifically September '07, which Weber's 5 did ask ages ago. It's because we got a really good ban list. The September '07 ban list was the best list ever, where we had some really good changes, including seeing Confiscation, Ring of Destruction, and Snatch Steel get banned. Wasn't bothered about Metamorphosis, but those other cards, I was glad to see them gone, because I fucking hate Confiscation, and I absolutely hated Ring of Destruction back then, at least until it got errata, whereas Snatch Steel is, well, I don't hate Snatch Steel, but it's one of the most degenerate spells in the game, which shouldn't have been unbanned in the first place, so I was glad to see the back of it. Although I would have liked to see more done about Demise OTK. While it did have some hits, it didn't do enough, and it was still one of the annoying decks from back then. The other one being Monarchs, but other than that, that list and that format was perfect. Absolutely perfect. The game was just the way I liked it, where there were less annoying decks in the game, and it was just more fun. There was like practically no hated decks, and not really any hated cards, and my elemental heroes were just getting better and stronger for what they were. And not only that, I had success with my Dark Magician deck back then. Even though I did win my first 3 tournaments earlier on in the year, I did win a tournament with my Dark Magician deck in January 2008, like before Phantom Darkness came out. So that was my 4th ever tournament win, and the second one with Dark Magician. I guess there was a really large variety of decks and some really fun diversity, like regarding casual or competitive. So yeah, it was just great. Would have been even better if Priority didn't exist, but I just found that format more enjoyable than literally any other, and I'm still hoping there'll be an opportunity for me to play in a September 2007 format tournament. 19. What are your favourite sleeves you are using? Dragon Shield. Definitely Dragon Shield. Those sleeves are sick. Sure, they do cost £6, but yeah, they're just really good sleeves that don't really get bent or ruined as easily as other sleeves. I use them in quite a few of my decks, including the Signature 3, Dark Magician Elemental Heroes Rainbow Neos. I use them for my Gaia Knights, my Speedroids, my Edison format Rainbow Neos, Gagagas, Small Spaceships, Trying to think if there's any other decks I use it for. But yeah, they're definitely really good sleeves. I do miss Player's Choice sleeves though, which I used for my Legendary Hero deck like in 2011 and 12.
Sorry, I'm doing MIA.
That's okay.
But yeah, Zelda. Oh, it's an open world game. You remember Breath of the Wild, don't you?
What of the World?
Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild.
Oh, Breath of the World.
Wild. Well, this is the second one.
Okay. That's
I play it every so often.
Yeah. 20. What is your favourite cake? Cheesecake. Definitely cheesecake.
Mine would be tired Victoria Sponge.
Yeah, that's good too. It's really hard to pick because there's so many nice cakes out there.
There is.
I don't think I mentioned this in a video, but it was suggested by my mum that one of my cousins bakes our wedding cake. I wonder what she can come up with. I still have yet to ask her if she'd do that. 21. If I remember correctly, you mentioned that Emma was living at the sea. I didn't quite say that. I said she lived near the sea. Yes, whenever it's a hot day, she has the luxury of taking a dip in the ocean, whereas unfortunately I don't, which makes me jealous. 22. How long do you need to travel to Emma? It usually takes me 3 hours to get from where I live to where she lives, as it involves taking multiple trains, one of which, the train from London to here, usually takes like an hour and 20 minutes or so. And that is when absolutely nothing is going off the line, like that fucking obstruction. Anyway, 3. What do you love most about Yu-Gi-Oh? That's a tricky one. It's multiple things really. Just the nostalgia, the classic boss monsters, or iconic cards that the protagonists use, and just the fact that this game's changed my life in so many good ways over the course of the last 20 years. Can't imagine what my life would be like if I never got into the game.
You wouldn't have met me.
Exactly, I wouldn't have met you, the one I want to marry.
It's funny how games cause you to meet people.
Yeah.
It's like a link, isn't it?
Yeah, it was just so amazing that I found love through my favourite game ever. And of course I got my current job because I got into Yu-Gi-Oh, even though it was because of an ex, but I'm not going to get into that. And then there's the fact that I have most of the friends I have because of Yu-Gi-Oh. I mean, I do have other friends, of course, outside of Yu-Gi-Oh, of course, but I feel like I have more Yu-Gi-Oh friends than non-Yu-Gi-Oh friends. Yeah, I'd definitely say that's what I love the most about this game. 24. If you would play against a kid, would you play normally or a bit softer?
Wait, how many more questions have you got?
Let's see, what am I on question 24? You submitted 41. done 23. I think there's 17 left, if my maths is correct. I'm not sure. Yeah, sorry. Like, why did you have to submit so many questions? But no, it's fine. I did say I'd lift the 10 question limit just for this episode. I guess I can do that as well, as I'm doing this. There we go.
You might have to be a little bit lighter, maybe, but...
Yeah, that's true. It depends what kind of duelist they are and what kind of deck they play. I mean, if they were pretty good at the game, regardless of what they played, I would play normally. Otherwise, I guess I'd go a bit softer and just have some fun with my cards and their cards. Sort of like in the match we had the other day, where I used my legendary knights against her fortune fairies. Even though I could have won a lot earlier, I wanted to win with the legendary knights themselves. So while on one hand I don't want to hold back and just would prefer to play properly and just take an opportunity to win the game, at the same time I'd also like to try and win in a fun way, or something that's fun for everyone. 25. How would you improve modern Yu-Gi-Oh? Ooh, are you sure you want me to answer that? I think there are a few ideas I would do. Now, I know not a lot of people would probably agree with them, but here's what I would do. First of all, I would change the first turn rules back so that whoever goes first can draw as well. As, like I said before, I don't think Konami should have changed that. Also, I would give us better ban lists and actually properly hit cards and decks that actually should be hit, and listen to the player base, give them what they want. Although that being said, I would get rid of all the floodgates and all the negates in the game, just to restore balance and fair play. And regarding any OTK or FTK decks, I would neutralise them or kill them off in a way that makes it so that they can't OTK or FTK. And of course, hit troll decks really hard. Just to restore balance and fair play and make the game a lot more fun. And then maybe if it came to that, tournaments would be more appealing. And I think that's all I do, really. 26. What is your opinion on evil swarms? I really fucking hate evil swarms, mainly because of Evil Swarm Ophion, which almost every deck I have auto loses to, including my signature 3. That card just makes Evil Swarms toxic as fuck and just no fun to play against. I mean, if that card was banned or didn't exist, I wouldn't have a problem with Evil Swarms, but unfortunately I do. In fact, I hate Evil Swarms so much, it's among my top 3 most hated decks in the game. Like, fuck Evil Swarms and everything they stand for. Oops, I think I went a bit... Okay, there we go. 27. Do you believe we will get new Dark Magician cards, but they are all illusion type? Dark Magician cards in general it is a possibility, because it's one of those decks that still get support every now and then. I don't think they would be made into illusion monsters though, because that would kind of make it a bit difficult to work with cards that require spellcasters for something. 28. Do you believe that the illusion Dark Magician cards would get errata to be illusion type monsters? This would be a disaster in my opinion. No, I really don't think Konami will do that. That would just be confusing and pointless, so they'll definitely keep them as spellcasters. 29. Who is your favourite female character in Yu-Gi-Oh! GX? I guess I would say Alexis, because like he's sort of the lead female character. Very good duelist, and looks like Dark Magician Girl, kind of. And yeah, I low-key did hope that she and Jaden would get together, but I believe they do, like some point after the series finale. 30. Why do you like Yuma and Astral and their utopic monster? Which utopic monster? You'd have to be more specific. Regarding Yuma and Astral themselves, it's because regarding a favourite series, like the main protagonist is always my favourite character, and that's the one who I root for. Well, I say that, but maybe not so much Yuma regarding Zexal, because I actually like Kite more than Yuma, which is very different, because I usually prefer the protagonist over the rival, but I just like Kite more, although in an interesting twist I like Utopia more than the Galaxy Photons. Weird how that works. 31. Your favourite Yu-Gi-Oh! Format is, well, as it was suggested earlier, September 2007. 32. Do you think that the Dragon Rulers would be a dangerous thing? The moment Blaster, Tidal, Redox and Tempest are at 1 each. Yeah, I feel like they probably would be. I can see Dragon Rulers making a comeback in some form or another, even mixing with other cards. Kind of like how in the September 13 format they went with generic plants and Dragoonities. I remember having a discussion with Weber's 5, saying that Tidal and Redox getting unbanned would be a bad idea because they both support the other Dragon Rulers. I mean, Tidal sends another Dragon Ruler, whereas Redox can bring one of them back from the grave. So, yeah, it's very unlikely we'll get Tidal and Redox back. Or maybe they'll be power crept by the modern decks of today. I don't know. 33. Did you play in Dragon Ruler format, and what do you play most of the time? Well, yes, I did. Because remember, I've played Yu-Gi-Oh! Non-stop since the autumn of 2003. So yeah, I've played in pretty much all the famous formats. Yatalok, Goat, Teledad, Hat, Dragon Ruler, you name it, I've played in it. As long as it wasn't before 2003. But yes, I did play in that format, although I didn't play against pure Dragon Rulers themselves, like in full power Dragon Ruler formats. The closest I played was Dragoonity Ruler and Dragon Ruler plant in a battle royale. Although I think that battle royale was like under the September 13 list, even though that list wasn't in effect yet. As for what I played, I did briefly play a pure Dark Magician, but I mainly played Dark Magician Hero. 34. Was there ever a card you could not stop laughing at because it's just too funny to exist? I don't think there actually was, although there were two pendulum monsters which just looked ridiculous yet funny at the same time, one of which was Performer Pal Bubble Bow Wow, a common which me and Express Gaming kept pulling when we did our most of a case opening for the Dark Illusion, and he said it was trolling him, but I feel like what was more of a troll in that opening was Lunalite Perfume and that damn Metalfoes Field spell, as I was desperately trying to pull a playset of Dark Magic Circle. It was like, oh, please tell me this is Circle. It's like, no, it's fucking Perfume or that fucking Field spell. Anyway, the other pendulum card was one of my favourite pendulums, Ghost Beef. It's a ridiculous card, but I love it so much so that it's one of my favourite pendulums, and I play it in my normal pendulum deck. Speaking of pendulums, what is your favourite pendulum monster? That, my friend, would be Odd Eye's Pendulum Dragon, Yuya's ace monster. Because it's just a very good and iconic pendulum, just searching for whatever weak pendulum you want, along with the fact that it's just never a dead draw, and and it's cool that it can inflict double battle damage when it battles a monster. And at least it's one of those very few cards that's actually better than the anime counterpart. Because obviously in the anime it only does double battle damage if it battles a level 5 or higher monster, whereas with the real one it doesn't matter what monster it is. 36. Okay, we're almost there. We got Timaeus as a dragon monster card in Battle of Chaos. Will we get Critias and Hermos in the future, or most likely Hermos as an equipped spell and Critias as a trap? I feel like Critias and Hermos becoming monster cards is a possibility. I can definitely see that happening and having similar effects. I'm not sure how Hermos would work as an equip, or Critias as a trap. I guess a Critias trap could copy any trap that you want. I don't know what location though, but could be interesting. 37. What is your favourite car that you really want to own? Well, considering I'm not really into cars, and I don't really have one, 38. How many of your fans did you meet in your YouTuber life, and how many signatures did you give them? Well, I only ever signed one card, and that was to an old friend of mine, Crawford. I believe it was a Dark Magician I signed. How many fans? I'm trying to think, because I know this would include like my friends from Kent, plus one guy who came to Dead Uni back in 2014, so that would be one. And if we're counting my friends from Kent, that would be Neonexodus, Sasuke Dragon, John the Bomb, Scapegoat User, Lucky Wolf G, Coffee Meister, I think. I think that would make 7. Yeah, 7 sounds like the right number. 39. Yeah, 39. What did you do on this somewhat special day? Well, first I had to work all day. Then I had to travel here and didn't do too much after that. Just had a delicious spaghetti bolognese meal. And now we're here playing a game and drinking Prosecco and doing this Q&A. Do you regret putting down the rule of the maximum 10 questions each Q&A for this episode? Yes and no. Yes, because you submitted so many. And I want to cuddle up with this one and watch a film, and I feel bad because I'm keeping her waiting.
What? Look at my blade. I made that.
Ooh. Look at my blade. My blade is amazing. Maybe not give it a lick, even if it tastes like raisins.
Pig looking fuck.
A pig looking.
Yeah, well they have shit, so yeah. They're annoying.
Yeah.
I love it when they fly over the edge and whack them on, don't I?
Anyway, continuing with the question, do you regret it because you forgot I was the reason why that rule exists at all? I actually did for a brief moment. 41. Jokes aside, I wish you and Emma the best. I hope you will have another...
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. I hope you will have another 100 wonderful Q&As in the next 2 years and many more years of happiness. Greetings from Marcel from Germany, Gunnar. Well, thank you very much, my friend. Cheers, and cheers to all of you guys. And that is it for all the questions. This is like the longest episode ever, I swear.
How long has it gone on for?
We are at 1 hour and 22 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And the longest one before was like an hour and a quarter, I think. See, I knew it would be a very long one, considering it's the 100th episode. So yeah, that is it for all the questions. Thank you very much for your guys' questions. Even though Gunnar put in so many. So yeah, starting from next week, the rules will go back to normal. But yeah, if you've got any other questions you want to ask me, post them in the comments section down below. And remember, I do these episodes every Tuesday afternoon or evening at UK time, so be sure to get your questions in before then, so that you don't miss out. Thanks again, thanks very much for your support and contributing to this segment for the last 2 years. Oh, we've got someone in a leaf costume waving.
Oh, it's a cool rock. You've got to listen to them boys. When you come off, you'll hear them.
Yeah. Thanks again, and I'll catch you guys later. See ya. Thank you very much for watching. Be sure to subscribe to the Richician YouTube channel.